Did you catch the Max Holloway fight against Calvin?
Oh man, talk about amazing.
Yeah.
The good thing about that was, like, you know, in my fight, my last fight was probably my best fight. I had 175 significant strikes, and then they showed Max Holloway's significant strike. He had 400 significant strikes,
yeah,
which was ridiculous. I think he broke records during that fight. But Max Holloway is the man. I mean, Cater is a good striker. Yeah, my dad's showing me.
Oh, Hendricks Thompson.
They see it. They're showing me, but he's a phenomenal striker. Cater's a good striker, but all he had in that game was the boxing. He didn't bring anything else to the table. No kicks, no takedowns. And when you're facing somebody like Max Holloway, who is very well-rounded, you know, he put Cater in a box in first and second round, and Cater didn't know how to find his way out. Every time he would throw a strike, Max Holloway was coming back with 2 or 3 of them. Yeah. So, you know, Cater, and he's a power puncher, Cater.
Yeah.
So he tired himself out doing those 5-minute rounds. And Max, if you watch, he peppers dudes, but he picks when he picks it, you know, his power shots. So he's able to go, you know, for days without getting tired.
Yeah. And do you know what else I found? And you touched on this just a while ago, is distance management.
Yes.
Like Holloway was always at arm's length. Like he had that jab and he was faking the jab all the time. So Cater didn't know when it was coming. So he had them all figured out really before anything even started, because he had that range of that jab and he was doing those angles like you were talking about.
Yes,
like
sir.
In the first 2 rounds, he was always going to the right mostly to get away from Cater's right hand, because it looked like Cater had a powerful right hand, but that negates that power right hand if you step away from it. So I thought
100%.
distance management was huge.
It was huge. And it's funny, even at the highest level, not a whole lot of guys, that's not talked about.
No,
I know. Distance management. It's not talked about. The footwork, you know, keeping your opponent on. Because if I can put you in striking range, I can land my strikes, right?
And you know,
I can punch
what I learned?
Face.
Like I trained in the gym with Floyd Mayweather Jr. at Nevada Partners, and what I learned from him is it's the front foot. When you get your front foot at a certain distance, that's what determines whether you can land a punch or not. And the crazy thing is, I'd been to the Olympics and everything, but I'd never seen someone actually sort of do that. And watching Floyd do it, and if you watch his fights, how he sneaks in his front foot, whether he can land a punch or whether he can pull a punch. Because when you watch Max Holloway, you know how he pulls with his waist? It's with your waist, that movement of the waist, right? It's not the movement of the head, it's the movement of the waist.
And what was funny was, I think it was the 5th round, Max Holloway could hear the commentators, and he literally looked over at the commentators, started talking, and still dodging punches.
Wasn't that amazing?
It was amazing. It was awesome.
Isn't he in line for the NMF belt as well? Or?
He is. I mean, it was between me and Max. And for my last fight at Madison Square Garden, he tried to get permission to open the cage for me, to open the cage door, just to be nice, but Dana White wouldn't let him. So he's definitely up for the NMF for sure.
That's hilarious.
Jerry Trimble.
Yeah, Jerry Trimble was a bad motherfucker.
Golden Boy. That's what they call Atlanta's Jerry Trimble.
He hails from Vancouver, British Columbia. MANNY